In other news today, Brazil's suspended President Dilma Rousseff has now officially been impeached. The country's Senate voted 61-20 in favour of removing her from office for financial mismanagement. However, thousands of Brazilians have taken to the streets, angered by what they have called a coup. With more on that, here's RT's Latin American correspondent, Nicholas Sanchez-O'Donovan.
The 31st of August will go down in Brazil's history as the day when the first female president was forced out of office. And as for today, Michel Temer is officially the new Brazilian president. But just a few hours after that decision, Dilma Rousseff herself came out in front of the media to say that the whole impeachment process was illegal.
They have removed the first woman-elected president of Brazil without any constitutional justification for the impeachment. But the coup was not just against me and my party, or the allied parties supporting me today. This is just the beginning. The coup will reach any progressive and democratic political organization.
And thousands of people have hit the streets of the major cities in Brazil to show their support for Dilma Rousseff and to show their anger against the now official president of Brazil, Michel Temer. Let's take a listen.
We've suffered a coup in Brazil that started back in May, when Dilma Rousseff was suspended. And just this week, the police used force against us. We want democracy.
What has happened here is a new unprecedented coup. The Brazilian oligarchy simply doesn't want Rousseff in power.
But it's not only the people here on the streets of Brazil that are showing their rejection towards the new government in this country. Many governments across Latin America have already shown their support to Dilma Rousseff. Venezuela, for instance, is freezing relationships with Brasilia. Obviously, this shift to the right in government in Brazil is going to change the way the country interacts with its neighbours in the region. Many people here are fearing that the new government will implement budget cuts and will be repressive towards women and towards minorities. Let's take a listen.
People are expecting more repression and a reduction in civil rights, and we are ready to fight back.
So the headline here in Brazil is that Dilma Rousseff is no longer the president. Her political future is uncertain, although she did get a small victory today. What was on the table was that she couldn't apply for a public position for the next 8 years. Well, that's off the table now. The senators gave her at least that.
Sanchez-O'Donovan reporting there. Well, Brazil's new president, Michel Temer, served as the interim leader during the impeachment trial, Dilma Rousseff's vice president from 2011. However, his party, the largest in the country, did break from the ruling coalition back in March, and Temer went on to play a key role in the impeachment proceedings, although he and his colleagues have faced allegations of corruption too.
After the impeachment trial, Michel Temer comes into power, and he's promising to root out corruption. Formerly the vice president under Rousseff, he spoke out against her last year and is believed to have played a key role in her impeachment. Serving as the interim president, Temer has brought his men with him. Let's have a closer look at them. Temer's right-hand man was Romero Jucá, who has been accused of a multi-billion-dollar kickback scheme involving national oil company Petrobras. Another of Temer's allies, Fabiano Silveira, was appointed to fight corruption as transparency minister, but had to quit over accusations he was trying to derail the Petrobras corruption probe. And Temer's men continued to tumble. The president of the lower house of Congress, Eduardo Cunha, a key player in the effort to impeach Dilma Rousseff, has been charged with accepting up to $40 million in bribes. He was replaced by Waldir Marano, who has also been accused of taking bribes in the Petrobras scandal. And all these men were supposedly appointed to fight corruption.
This is very ironic. Most people are being investigated for serious corruption charges, and Michel Temer himself cannot run for any public office for 8 years because he is accused of receiving illegal campaign contributions. So Michel Temer is going to be the president till 2018, which is not a legitimate government because he was not elected. That's why we are saying that this is a coup. They impeached Dilma Rousseff for no reason, with no legal basis. That's why we say that the main reason for the impeachment is to stop investigations of corruption and also to implement austerity measures in a conservative agenda who is being rejected by voters since 2002.
Well, we also spoke with geopolitical analyst Pepe Escobar about the impeachment vote, and he's warned that things could get worse in Brazil before they get better.
It's an extremely sad day for one of the largest democracies in the world. It's an extremely sad day for the whole global south, for that matter, because all over the developing world, people are following what's going on in Brazil keenly, and they know it is a coup. It's a very complicated coup, a parliamentary, institutional, big business, big agribusiness, big banking, external interests kind of coup, including corporate media in Brazil. There's going to be recession, not to mention that recession, more unemployment, this go-go privatization everywhere, selling out Brazilian national industry, including the pre-salt oil reserves, the largest oil reserves discovered in the 21st century so far. And on top of it, we could even have civil war in the streets, because this 54 million votes, this is very, very important. Most of these people, they will never accept what went on in Brazil and the whole impeachment farce, in fact.